Hey, my name's Baz and this is my friend Gareth I've got on the channel. So we're just after watching the Xbox Games Showcase and there was a lot of games announced, but we're going to get through them and we're going to have a wee quick talk and we'll maybe do a wee quick summary at the end. So, right, will we go for it?
Work away.
So, we had Halo Infinite. For me...
Which was probably the star of the show, like, to be honest. It was more the emphasis of the show in my opinion because...
To be honest, I thought they were going to show more of it than what they did, which was good that they kept him minimum. That wasn't.
They kept him minimum, but you have to understand the other games as well. Like, I was surprised the amount of other games they had. Because I thought they were going to be doing more gameplay and stuff, but it does look good.
Right, nitty gritty. Would you buy day one or not?
I don't know if I would buy any of them fully, but the thing that Phil said at the start of the show was like the fact that they're all on the Game Pass, which I liked.
So you could play and try and see.
Yeah, exactly. You can play and try and see how you go on, I guess.
I think for me, I think I'll buy it day one. I would play it and buy it. Well, if I didn't have a Game Pass, I would buy it.
More like a collector's sort of edition you'd probably get.
It was intriguing, like the size of the world. Like what they say, it was going to be 7 times 2 of the Halo games, which is massive. I think I'll play it and buy it if I didn't have Game Pass.
Just 60 FPS as well, like, so it's quite, you know, there's a lot of power going towards the game, like, so.
It seemed to me better. Now, I played a bit of Halo 5 and I couldn't get into it, but it seemed far better than that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Right, State of Decay 3. To me, I played State of Decay 2, haven't played the first one. Liked it. I think for me it's one of those games that I'll definitely buy as well.
No, it does look good.
Didn't show a lot of it. Which
was something I wanted them to do, I think.
More gameplay, which they didn't show a lot of.
A lot of the games were mostly just trailers and cinematics, really, you know. But coming from like the event and circumstances, like, you know, I'm sure there's only so much you can show, really.
It was intriguing, the game. Not that they haven't showed much of it, but to me it was interesting. Don't know if they showed when it was coming out, did they? Was it?
I'm not
sure. Don't think they gave a date in that one. So
or not. I think
I don't.
Next year, maybe.
I would say it's probably no. I don't think they gave a release date in that one. The next one they showed was Forza Motorsport. Now they didn't show a lot of that either. They showed a wee bit of that was cinematics again. Looked good. The ray tracing on it looked good. Don't know when it's coming out. There's no release date on it as well.
It was mostly just showing probably the power of the console, I think, was the impression I got from that game, especially. Hopefully there's going to be ray tracing involved.
To me it did with the reflections.
To me I got a lot of the fact that there was going to be a lot of, there's going to be ray tracing heavily, but
they didn't show that it was going to be any different than any of the rest of them. No. Do you know what I mean? It was just the beauty of it, not the gameplay or if they're going to mix it up and change it. Possibly play it. If it's in game, if I Game Pass, I probably would play it. Going to leave that in. Not going to add that one out. Probably play it day one if I Game Pass. Don't know if I'd buy it. I'll wait and see if they're going to do anything different. Probably for me, I prefer the Horizon games.
Which you are still getting as well, because you're getting Forza 4 Horizon.
Yep. We'll talk about that down the list,
which is also a good thing as well.
You just brought that one up the list. But, this one was sort of a wee bit more mixed for the two of us. We're sort of so the next one is Everwild. They were showing.
I don't know. Like, I think from me, this point onwards, it's just more games that the developers were just having in their pipeline that they just wanted to show. I think
it was another trailer.
It was another trailer.
The gameplay or what you're doing.
The effect I got from the whole event was they were showing all the good stuff they wanted to show at the very start, and they were showing the rest of the stuff they had lined up for the console. You know.
To me, the comment I made, it looked sort of like reminded me of Zelda a wee bit.
Yeah.
Not the same, but similar. You know, the style of it maybe and things like that. It's one of those that we'll have to wait and see what it's like. You can't really comment because you don't know enough about it.
Next one then was Tell Me Why. It does look good, but I just don't know if it's really next gen.
This is the comment you made. I agreed with you.
It doesn't really look. It looks decent. The whole shadows and stuff looks good.
Well, you said you could probably play it in 360. I said probably Xbox. Looks like a game. The original Xbox One.
Yeah, it looks like a game that was probably released on say the 360 or the Xbox One. In my opinion, it doesn't look.
Again, probably playing Game Pass rather than buying.
Probably playing Game Pass
if you had the Game Pass. The next one to me, it's not my cup of tea. Alright.
It's probably not our cup of tea, but I think the fact that they enhanced it now to,
from
do
60 frames per
120
second to 120.
FPS.
Yep.
You know,
it is intriguing, but you probably try it, but it's not my type of game either,
No.
to be honest with you. This one's probably not the one that I was waiting to see, but they announced that there's going to be, is it like DLC for the Outer Worlds? So Peril of Gorgon or something. So it's going to be like probably enhanced DLC just with the game. So it's coming out. I haven't played the original. I don't think you have either.
No.
I would probably like to try it maybe before this comes out to see if the original game was okay, the Outer Worlds, and then try the expansion maybe. But then if it's on Game Pass, that's another thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you want to go with
this one here was actually quite good. This was like supposed to be like a little prequel towards Cyberpunk. Grounded. It's being released apparently next week, the 28th of July. Mostly set of like, it's sort of remind me, as you said, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, the movie. If you've ever seen it, it actually looked similar to that there, but I guess it will keep us going until
appealing to the masses, more younger ones maybe. Would you buy day one or play on Game Pass or not?
Again, most of these games I would probably just, if I was going to do it, I would probably just get Game Pass, to be honest. You know, like there's nothing really there that would probably get, I want to keep forever. Bar possibly Halo Infinite, but as I say, from you probably.
Let's go down the list and we'll do a wee quick recap of a couple of games that we maybe have seen. So the next one is probably more me. Now, make sure I say this right. Avowed. So this is a new game that Obsidian is working on, and to me, I think it looks fantastic. It reminded me sort of Skyrim style sort of game, maybe a bit more realistic than what Skyrim was. I'll definitely buy that. Play a day one, and it looks amazing. Now, it didn't show us a lot, but what it showed me of, I was impressed. You know, don't know if you agree or not. So your short time games.
But then again, like, is it going to be a competitor towards the new Skyrim?
Well, Obsidian made the Outer Worlds game, so this is what they wanted to make. Really, the Outer Worlds was probably more of a, because Microsoft took them on, and they've got more. Microsoft's helped them build. They made the bigger team, and they've invested more into it now, so they can do it. What they wanted to do. So maybe we should really play the Outer Worlds to give us an idea of how the game might be, because obviously games, as they make them, they're always sort of similar to a degree. So that's maybe a good thing. We should try that one to see.
Probably.
The next one, As Dusk Falls. I'll be honest with you, I've put Not Sure beside it, and it's sort of fallen out of my head a wee bit. Do you remember more about it?
It is only available, they said, on Series X. A lot of the other games you can get on the Xbox One as well.
Was that, to me, the one that was similar to the Tell Me Why one, only a wee bit more enhanced?
Most likely.
Wasn't it similar to that?
It
sort
was
of like
similar,
story, yeah. I think I would need to know a bit more about that one, if I'm quite honest with you. I'm not sure. I've watched it and I'm a wee bit, I don't know.
You're just not too...
No, I'm not convinced. I need a wee bit more gameplay. I need a wee bit more of what it's, about, I think.
Just not from a cinematic approach, like,
Hellblade Sonata. Sonata, isn't it? It's called. I played about the first one and I enjoyed it. And I need to finish the first one, but I think I would enjoy it. To me, the graphics in the first one was a wee bit, even on the Series X or the Xbox One X, just wasn't there. But I think the graphics in that one looks amazing.
It does
and
look good.
I think I'll play it.
They all look good. They all look fantastic. But whether or not they look as good as they hope when the console releases is the other question. But if that's what they are hoping and that's what they're working towards, then it's going to be, I'd say, quite a solid launch for the Series X, in my opinion. Yeah.
Psychonauts 2. I didn't play the first one, did you?
No.
I think I'm just appealing to sort of the younger generation. I know there's a lot of sort of more adults that do like it as well. I sort of watched it and it was okay. But I think Jack Black really was more interesting to watch than, because he was there. That's what sort of I liked about it. But apart from that, I might give it a go on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Haven't got Game Pass at the minute. Might now with the launch of games that's coming out. These are all coming to Game Pass, so I might give it a go. I'll not say I will.
Again,
but
that is probably the benefit of having Game Pass, I guess, because I think it's only for like £1 a month. You're getting gold. You're able to play them on PC as well. A lot of these games you can play on PC. I think if not all of them, you can play on PC.
I think the most of them was at the start that you could play on PC. I think some of these
if you
near the end
Game
wasn't.
Pass,
I think they were more consoles.
they're more like they're available on Game Pass. So again, you can play them on. Say a lot of them is available on Xbox One, PC, and Series X. Some of them are only available for Series X and PC.
Yeah.
That's the disadvantage. So like that's where you're sort of breaching towards the gap of like games that are only going to be available on next gen versus games that if people are not going to bother getting the Series X, they still have.
They can, if they had an
They can
Xbox
still play
One
it,
or
of
an
course,
Xbox One X.
Which I mean, in my opinion as well, like they're still seeming to be supporting this Xbox One.
Well, they said they're going to support it for another 2 years.
They're supporting it quite far.
Whereas Sony, if you buy,
Sony sort of got the opinion that they're going fully next gen, that they're not going to be doing.
Well, all their first party, third party might bring out a couple.
It's hard to know, yeah.
I think at the point of the show, this is where it started to. I'm not saying going totally downhill, but some of the stuff they announced from now on, I'm not sure. So they announced Destiny 2 Beyond Light at this stage. And I've played a bit of Destiny. I don't know if you played it at all.
Destiny, I played on PS4 for a wee bit. It wasn't too bad, but I think the message I got from Destiny 2 in the showcase was mostly for the technology and stuff that Microsoft looking to do, such as the Project Cloud or something. xCloud. Using the features like that there to be able to play on mobile.
And they announced it was going to, obviously on Game Pass as well.
Yeah.
And enhanced, I think, wasn't it? So it was going to be, yeah.
Which again isn't too bad. Like, it's sometimes you can recycle games to a way that makes the original sort of look.
Because they've talked about Destiny as not going to be like, they're not going to do like a 3 and a 4 and so on. They're going to enhance it just and add more to it. So it's going to be like, to me, it's going to be more like World of Warcraft, where they've just added all these expansions. They're just expanding and enhancing the world.
Which in a way isn't.
Which is good.
It isn't too bad, but it depends if there's a solid.
If you're somebody who's invested time in the game, and
if
you want to take your
base,
character and keep building on it, that's good. I don't know if it's for me or not. If I'm honest, like I have played before, the first one. I haven't played all the expansions. I played the original Destiny 2 without the expansions. It was good, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to see more. I'll let you go to the next one. I think
this one here looked pretty good. Stalker 2. I sort of got a feel that it was mostly set in Chernobyl, in Ukraine.
I tried to predict this one and got it totally wrong.
You did.
I did.
But I actually like this one. Like, it felt, out of all of them, it felt probably the most realistic for me. Now, there was scenes that felt a bit, you can definitely tell it was a game, but I don't know. Like, I found this one to be quite good, actually, to be honest. I was surprised.
Do you know what? The more I think about it, do you know what it reminds me? I don't know if you played it. Was Fear. Just like the guys with the big soldier suits and all this here. Like, I felt a wee bit like at the start. I actually thought it was medium. I was wrong on that case. I guessed a good bit of them, but I was wrong on that one. But it did seem good. You seemed to me. There's one part you said to me, it looked really class up until one part, and it showed this. Like,
that's what I thought.
Sort of
that's
thing.
That's when you can sort of tell it was a game.
But
it
still looked good.
It still looked good. Like it does have that realistic feel to it.
I would like to know a bit more about it.
Because it's shown the Ferris wheel and it's shown the big buildings and stuff and the scene and all. Like, you can definitely tell it was a game set in that time. But
again, would you buy it day one or would you play it in Game Pass? Or if you didn't have either, would you buy it? If you're honest, you're not sure until you see.
Not until I see more of it, but it does intrigue me. But
or it would be one of those if you didn't buy it day one and you didn't have Game Pass, would you wait till it was on sale? Probably.
But it would be the one if I had Game Pass, I would probably rush out to get it quicker. If you know what I mean.
You just download it day one and have it. Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide was the next one. They didn't show enough of it, I don't think. It seemed okay. It seemed intriguing as well.
I personally don't really know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I need to know more. I think that game wasn't even... I don't even think it was announced, like a release date or anything, was it? It was more on the future thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Not sure. We'll put a wee question mark aside of that and we'll have a wait to see more information. Then I just, from now on, I think just sort of adapt a wee bit even again. Right. I'm going to go for it. Tetris Effect.
Tetris Effect.
Was it Effect? Tetris Effect. I really don't know why this was on the main showcase event. Why was this not on the pre-show for me?
I mean, it's one of them games that you can probably get quite easily when the console launches, just to give you something.
I'm not saying that I am one against Tetris, but I don't.
You're
think
just not sure why it was on.
I don't think it should have been on the event. I wouldn't buy it. Game Pass, if I had it, I would probably give it a go. Yeah. But I wouldn't. It's not one of those games I could sit for hours.
It would be good, probably. Like, as I say, the enhancements they could do to it. They could. It's one of them games they could put weird chasing them.
Do you know what? Right.
You know,
if you've got the Game Pass, xCloud comes now in September, and you're out and you're bored. Tetris. There you go. Sorted. But would you sit home on your TV for a couple hours playing Tetris? No.
Because you won't that one.
I'll not. I have played Tetris before, but I've never spent 2 hours on Tetris at a time or more. It's only been maybe 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
It's there anyway.
Aye. Yeah. But I can't see why they put it on this event. Right. Go you the next one, because I'm not.
Le Gunk.
I think we were sort of unanimous in this one.
Yeah.
If I had to be.
It wouldn't be something I'd rush out and get instantly.
I'll be honest with you,
but it does look good. I sort of zoned
out a wee bit when I was playing.
You can definitely tell the developers have put a lot of work into these games. You have to give credit where credit's due. Because they're on a system that's never been released before. Like, hasn't been... It's not out in the public yet. So they're sort of... These are the first games. These are the first assumptions people are going to get off the console, which is big in a way. It makes decisions. It makes or break people. Whether or not to go for the Series X or for the PlayStation. Like so.
Aye, this is the titles. It's this is where it's going to entice you to buy it or not. The next game for me
was probably, I would say,
the medium.
Right? I mean, you look quite.
I watched the first event in May, which a lot of people were sort of backlashing on a bit, but to me it looked fantastic. Now it did look good. Now. It just didn't have the same... Like, because you showed a cinematic trailer on the last event, this one they showed more gameplay, but it didn't just look the same. It still was good. I think I'm still interested in it, but they said it's only going to come to the Series X and not the Xbox One, or the Xbox One as well, X. They said it can't be done on the original Xbox One consoles. To me, it didn't look that it couldn't be run on it. It still looked good. It still looked. I'll play it, but I don't understand why it couldn't be run on the current gen and has to be on the Series X until maybe they need to show us more and maybe it's that big a game that they can't build it on the original. But they didn't showcase that. It did look good. I think I would buy it and play it day one if it was me. But I like that sort of game. They made I don't know if you know, they made the game The Witcher. I need to play that. I got it on the Xbox, but I haven't played it yet. I've just had time. I'll definitely buy it and play it. If I have Game Pass, I'll play it and see. And
would it be one that you would probably want to play?
It's a launch title, so I'll probably
between
play
that
it.
and Halo.
Well, we'll maybe have a wee quick run through and maybe try and do a couple of games that we sort of our biggest at the end of this. We've only a few more to go, I think. Right, this is sort of New Genesis Phantasy Star Online. I haven't per se played a Phantasy Star Online game, but I've played a similar game. I can't even remember. It was a game on the Switch, and it was similar to it. They're okay. They're not bad. I prefer more sort of realistic games, or I don't know. I just couldn't sit and play it for hours. Like, if you play something, play Skyrim or something, like at that style of RPGs, you could play it for hours.
Yep.
As it's going to be on Game Pass, I would maybe give it a go. I wouldn't buy it, if I'm quite honest.
It's there for you if you want to.
Aye. If it was, I don't think they announced that a date for that, did they?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
That's probably in the next couple of years, I would say. Maybe we'll see. I need to see more on it. I don't know. Not sure. Crossfire was the next one they had announced, and I don't think it's for me either. That's another. I don't think it was a free to play game, but it was sort of reminded me of them. Sort of like, wasn't it like sort of like multiplayer? Is that the same one I'm thinking of? I think it's that one. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it? I'm a wee bit sort of. I'm not sure. I didn't see enough of it.
I'd say is skeptical because there wasn't really any gameplay to it. It was just more cinematics and trailers and stuff. But you can only go by what you're shown, really. So
it's one of those where they just need a bit more information. I think they could elaborate maybe a bit more on some of them because they were trying to cram. Like they said to you, it was going to earn. You thought it was an hour and 15 minutes. They said because I missed the pre-show, you'd seen a wee bit of it. They said it might be an hour and 15 minutes, but it was only like 55 minutes, was it, or something? Give or take. Probably even maybe a wee bit less. Right, we're not sure about that one. We'll move on to the next one. We only two more. They had mentioned that they're going to enhance Forza Horizon 4. I absolutely love the game.
Which is good. Which is good to hear,
fantastic. But a bit interesting, they didn't really show much of it.
I'm just intrigued to see how well it compared to say playing it on say a high spec PC versus how the Series X will play it. I think the experience will be quite similar.
You're welcome.
They said they were going to enhance it, but they didn't say it was going to take use of the new features like ray tracing, did they? So it's just going to be more like running better and smoother and graphically enhanced, but they didn't say it was going to be like ray tracing or anything like that enhanced. So we'll have to wait and see. But sure, it's a good game.
It's a welcome change.
Do you know what? If it was enhanced, come out on day one, I'd probably pick it up to try it and see what it's like again. You know, I've still more to play on it. That's a good game. You know.
But again, them enhancing games that have already been out in previous generations.
Like, did they need to be announced at this? We knew it was coming.
It's like as well. Like I know this is probably off topic, but like it's similar news as to how Sony done their event with GTA 5.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But like GTA 5's been going a lot longer.
But do you have
that's a set right? That's a separate video. We'll revisit this. So I have thoughts on that.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, do you think the companies like Xbox and PlayStation are trying to bring big titles that are on the older generations to the new generation and enhance them because of the demand that's there?
Well, it gives them a few extra titles, you know, so they can build that launch.
Because I think the success of Forza Horizon 4 in general has been quite good. It is a very popular.
Do you think with them enhancing it will attract new audience or bring more people to it?
That's the question. You know, you would hope so. Because the game deserves it, I think.
But who extra at this point is going to buy it? You know, people know that they're, well, either people who've got it or people who have already known they want to get it.
But again, that's the beauty of having all these games mostly on Game Pass, like, as Phil Spencer said, so.
Right.
This
last
is probably
one
your
this is my probably favourite of the show.
Best to last.
Fable was announced. Now they haven't said that it was Fable 4. They've just said Fable. To me, that's a total remake. It's not a sequel. And I'm just going to say it. I'm excited to see what way it's going on. They didn't show a lot, but to me, it was more of a reveal event, a reveal of this game, not like showing you
what they have lined up in the pipeline.
Aye,
do you know what I mean?
And there's been a lot of people talking about it, and I'm for one, I'm psyched about it. That'll be day one, sort of. You know. Do you want to do a couple of quick run-throughs?
I think the run-throughs really for me, the appeals that I got from it was probably obviously Halo, State of Decay probably as well, Forza, Motorsport, and I'll be honest, probably Stalker 2 was probably my top 3 or 4 if you want to say.
I'm going to do a wee quick rundown once you're finished here. So Do you think there's any of them? So that's your top 3 or 4, but you could potentially see maybe a couple of others that you could maybe, depend on what way they go. But that's out of the 22 games that was announced. For me, if I had to pick a top, no, this is not in any particular order. This is just me going down the list I've written down here. Halo Infinite, State of Decay 3. Forza games I do like, but
just more.
I think I'm a wee bit tired of the standard racing circuits.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do something a wee bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still interested. Know me, I probably will play it. So that's 3. Avowed, definitely. Hellblade Sonata. Stalker 2, I'm still interested in. The medium, definitely playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will play Forza Horizon 4 Enhanced and Fable. And I think that's the main ones I would probably be playing.
You're interested?
There's a couple that I'm, like the Outer Worlds, that Peril of. So that's our thoughts on the games that's been announced. I'm probably going to do a couple of days sort of to think it over, and maybe my thoughts maybe in a couple of more days, and if Gareth wants to come back on, he can, and we can go from there. But one other thing I just want to mention is I'm going to do a video probably in the next week or so, maybe comparing the games that Microsoft's announced versus the PlayStation. So that's going to be one of my next videos. And if you're about, if you want to come on, give me a hand. We'll do another video, and hopefully you've liked this content. And my name's Baz, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks very much.
See you then.